As you know, the pandemic has darkened most theaters across the country. But Rita Braver found at least one where the show will go on.
For the Barrington Stage Company in Western Massachusetts,
these 2 seats are available. They're in red.
Putting on one of the few plays
I like the amount of room here.
inside an American theater this summer.
Definitely more than 6 feet between this row and this row.
And requires some big changes.
We're starting with 520 seats, and we'll be taking out every other row so that the seats that will be for sale are 163 seats.
Artistic director Julianne Boyd says everything will be different.
So this is the line right here.
From a stage edge that keeps actors farther away from the audience to new rules for patrons.
We're going to take their temperature, and they will have to sanitize their hands, and then they can enter.
Are people going to be wearing masks in the theater?
Absolutely. And they have to keep them on the whole time.
For more than a quarter of a century, this theater has staged full-blown, multi-actor plays. But to avoid having actors and crew too close to each other, the new season will open with a one-man show.
It's one actor, minimal set, one costume. I would need no backstage crew.
This isn't something that we could continue doing for a long time.
Boyd says she doesn't expect to make a profit from the play.
Do you think that people are going to be able to have fun, even though we're in the midst of this pandemic?
Absolutely. They want to have fun. They're looking for fun. They're looking for some great diversion.
Take these seats out.
At Woolly Mammoth Theatre in Washington, D.C., artistic director Maria Manuela Goyanes has already had her team draw up plans for cabaret-style tables, socially distanced, or even plexiglass booths once theaters are allowed to reopen.
This is literally what every theater company is going through right now in the country. We are making scenario after scenario.
In the meantime, Woolly Mammoth is one of 20-plus theaters around the world trying a new idea.
Pretty soon after we went into shelter in place, we talked about how to get a little bit of money into playwrights' pockets and also remind folks that plays can bring joy even if they cannot go to the theater to experience them. So we started an initiative called Play at Home.
Which means that families like the Fullers can download a script and perform a 10-minute musical.
Doing the dodo shimmy.
In this play at home, Logan Crawford discovers her dad's shelter-in-place hideout.
Daddy, why in the bathtub?
I'm working, Logan.
In the bathtub?
Many theaters have put past and even new productions online.
That train ride was longer than my last novel.
Actors from Houston's Alley Theater perform Shakespeare's sonnets, written when Elizabethan theaters were closed due to the plague.
I sigh the lack of many a thing I sought, and with old woe new wail, my dear time's waste.
But theaters are yearning to put on shows. Woolly Mammoth was set to open the fall season with A Strange Loop, first staged by Playwrights Horizons, off-Broadway in New York.
'Cause after what me and your dad went through to send your black booty to NYU.
And then something amazing happened to that play.
The most unbelievable news, Strange Loop wins the Pulitzer Prize. There are no words for my happiness, and I'm still on cloud nine about it, mostly because I can't think of a more deserving human being than Michael R. Jackson.
It's your daily self-loathing. Look, I had some time to kill. I thought I'd stop by to remind you just how truly worthless you are.
I am a Disney usher. I'm barely scraping by.
It was a historic win for the playwright. The first time a musical won the Pulitzer without playing on Broadway.
Awesome.
But the only celebration for Michael R. Jackson was on Zoom.
And then I just took a long walk and I listened to Luther Vandross and Shaka Khan, which felt like celebratory, music for me to listen to.
So there was no night on the town for you?
No Night on the Town.
A portrait of a black queer face.
And Jackson will have to wait to see the new production of the show based on his life as a gay black man until the summer of 2021. He says he understands that safety comes first.
And are you interested in writing about the pandemic?
What I'm interested in are sort of the long-standing, pre-existing inequities that the pandemic has exposed. Why is that? Where do these inequities come from? And what can we do to actually address them?
And so whatever playwrights create, local and regional theaters will be ready to stage. Because Maria Manuela Goyanes says, for audiences, cast, and crew, nothing can replace the joy of theater.
Because I think it really ennobles us. It enriches our lives. That's what the theater does. And so what keeps me up at night is how to employ people in the future and make sure that we can come back stronger than ever.